Gemini, lovely Gemini, how you doing? Welcome to your magical monthly March reading. I've done a collective reading as well, which was really manic March, I'm calling it. But I'm also calling it Magical March after a very funny February, and it was a funny February. There was loads of mad stuff going on in the world. Loads of things coming to the surface, exposing illogical and logical aspects of the world that is around us. And if I was you, I'd be following the logic. So this is going to be a reading. We're going to be doing your chakras and your aura and finishing with a tarot reading for the week. Okay. So yeah, let's just have a look. As I said, it was a manic collective reading, and it has been affecting things a little bit. It's the orientation of how we connect to things around us. But let's just get straight into your root chakra. Okay, there's Sagittarius, which is a fire sign with air at its base, and you, Gemini, you are an air sign with fire at your base, and it is your opposite as well. There's loads of connections you can have with Sagittarius, and you do have a very similar root structure. The structure of the root chakra. It's very solid in the middle, so basically you know what you want or where you want to be. It seems to be, or what you've got to do, basically. It's very, very clear for you. There is the up and lower section of the root chakra, which has a very well defined shape. So everything within its form is perfect, but it curls up away from it. There's a little bit more sort of air and space in it. You would have thought it with Sagittarius it was very springy, but almost with you it's like a resistance, almost like a suspension coil on a car. So it's made up of you can't make it go, but you can once you put a lot of weight on it. It takes the suspension of the car. So it seems like it's doing that. That is could be down to the resistance in March, because obviously you're going to start moving fully into your autumn period there. So you're going to be a bit of retrospection about your past, making judgment about the past year, and that judgment is to be made in order to discover or realize what you want and what you should be doing in the coming year. So that seems to be going into place, and also at the same time is what you should be doing, or the foundation that you have, the creation of the foundation in your life. This is what you've got to do. There's no two ways about it. This is what you've got to do in order to get that solid foundation, and that's where it doesn't really move a lot. And I think it's a really good thing for you. It's going to give you purpose, and a little bit of detachment to life, where you can just go ahead and live it. That's what it seems like. It's really nice, actually. Really nice root chakra. Let's see what's going on your sacrum. It's all about the fun now. There's a lot more desires coming up to the surface about what, enjoyment of life, rather than desires about getting that business, or buying that house, or getting that job, or starting a new project, or things like that. You seem to have got that in place, and now it's more about having fun with it all and having fun with life, socializing a bit, which is really nice. But it is very balanced. That it is slightly more on the enjoyment of life on the right hand side, which is a little bit abnormal. Normally it is the left hand side that's sort of like is a little bit more sort of prominent. But with you for this month here, it's I think you're going to understand that logic. I don't want to give you the, it's very similar to Sagittarius in a way, very, very similar. That's very strange. If you're with a Sagittarian, you may well really have a good clicking month, as it were. Let's just move on to your solar plexus. This is well shaped, and it's the last blasts of summer. There's things you want to get under your belt, and you've got the passion to do things. It's been a good harvest, a good, and you've got these stocks in order to do things, and feeling a bit more secure about life, which is making you feel a little bit more sort of flamboyant with your passion, with your determination and your confidence about what you're doing. There is an air of sort of swagger within you in the way you walk, or the persona, or the position, or the place that you can hold in the world around you. It's very, very passionate, and it's playful passionate. It's like those, if you've got like a flame, it's like a really yellow flame, and you can put your finger through it without burning yourself. And it's, I'm not suggesting you do that, obviously, YouTube. Sorry about that. I don't want to get striked off for telling people to put their hands in flames. None of us are Superman here, or super person, or superwoman, whatever your proclivity. I'm probably digging a hole for myself there. There's it's got that beautiful licking flames of just testing things and seeing how things work, and got a lot of, if I'm going to try it, I really want to try it, which is really nice. Let's just see what's going on in your heart chakra. It's really pointed, and it's a steady point. Most people have been getting this like a bump first, like that's the social aspect of it, all connecting with other people and stuff like that, and then you get this one petal that sticks out. But with you, Gemini, you've got this. It's very almost looks like one of those lang markings on Google Maps. You seem to know what your heart wants now, and there's no getting around it. And it's saying, here it is, and it's like a bee homing in on your heart's desires, really homing in on it. You may not be getting it, but you're on that road. There's no doubt about it. I'm not sure you've put that landmark in the map yet, but you've got it in your hand, and you're kind of going, yeah, I'm following it, bah. And it is a bit of like following that road and following that logic and stuff like that. It's going to help you to sort of put that in the ground as you come through your autumn and decide what you want to be doing in the coming year. It's going to be very important for you this year, I think. This transition from last year into this year, as you move fully into your 2023. Because as far as I'm concerned, the Earth's year starts when your year starts. So if you're born on the 19th of December, you start 2023 in the 19th of December of 2023. I will be going out into rhythms actually this coming Sunday on a masterclass on the rhythms of the Astroflower. So you might want to, don't forget to be subscribed and click that bell so you get the notifications on that, so you know when it's coming out. Okay. The heart chakra is definitely homing in on a direction. This could be homing in on falling in love with what you do. It could be changing a job, it could be changing region, or the place you're living in dramatically. But there is definite direction for your heart's desires. Let's just see what's going on your third eye and your throat chakra. Yeah, that's really nice. That's very logical. There's a little bit more thinking, not much at all, really, really minute. So you might be listening a lot more than you're actually saying, or more than you're actually sort of saying. But generally, it's really logical. It's very calm. It shouldn't be erratic within your thought process and how you process thought into action. And ignite your dreams and aspirations. It seems it's a very matter-of-factish sort of position within that third eye and that throat chakra. Beautiful, really. It's going to help give you that direction and force to that pointed heart chakra. Let's just see what's going on in your crown chakra here. This is a beautiful vase. It's almost as if like you're showing off the best part of you. It's really nice. I really get into Geminis. I've had a lot of Geminis that come through my life, and they've always been absolutely amazing, caring people, and very straight people as well. There's no messing around with them. There's none of this sort of like false, double-sided stuff to them, which is really weird because there's two humans, and that's that quandary that you find yourself in with the two humans. It's always, should I do this or should I do that? And sometimes you get caught in that and you don't do any of it, which is the bad side of Gemini. But it's quite a beautiful. I love it. It's a beautiful sign. But anyway, within your crown, I'll get back to the reading now. Within your crown chakra, it's a beautiful vase. And it's got lovely shape and form and detail to your consciousness, which people will enjoy exploring. And I think this is this whole sort of, scenario that you're building up within you that's overflowing into the world around you, which is going to give you might have a really good glow up moment, like, here I am, this is who I am, and stuff like that. Really, really, really nice. I would follow your heart. Make sure your heart is high up on your radar as a direction to take. Let's just see what's going on your aura. Wow. Okay, so there's a lot of processing or learning this month, and I think it's learning by putting things into action. You might have learnt it metaphysically speaking, and now it's a question of putting it into place physically within the world around you, giving it structure and form. And as you do give your dreams, your aspirations, your love, your career, everything, it's all connected here on the aura. It's your energy of how you bring things into you. There's this mechanical stage by stage process going from one to the other. Every single week seems to be another step on the ladder. I wouldn't be surprised if, say, like the seven of cups is in there somewhere, or the Hierophant in your tarot reading, or even like the Hermit as well. That sort of thing, that sort of stairway sort of thing going on. But yeah, it's each week. This is most other signs I've only been, some of them have only had one real made episode within 1 week. But you seem to have a real sort of progressional sort of thing going on through it. Let's just feel what the flow of the energy is. It's flowing to your crown. It's flowing to your higher self. Your ideological version of yourself, rather than the physical version of yourself, the perfection of yourself. It's more the ideology of yourself that it's building towards, and it's fueling that crown chakra. And in order to do that, I can understand your root chakra absorbing the shocks rather than being a spring to project you forward, because it's very mechanical. Gradually finding your place over this month, going through. So let's get on to your tarot reading. Let's just see. This is the overall energy that's flowing through you. This is the karmic path or karmic message for your relationship side, karmic message, karmic path for your financial sort of side. And then we got like week 1, week 2, week 3, and then the 4th week here, and see what's coming in for April for you. Well, there's got 2 cards there coming out. Look at that. excuse me, you have the Three of Swords and the Ace of Cups. I think that's that quandary that I was talking about. It's going between, you've got to follow your heart. If you don't, I think you'll be really disappointed in the future. In this month here, if you're not following your heart's desires, getting where that heart chakra is pointing to, into one direction. This could be a connection with one person. This could be a connection with a project or a business. It could also be to do with a pastime, a thing. And it might be more than one thing, but it is individual things, as it were. So yeah, I'm, do I think you're going for a breakup? None of it is pointing in that direction. No, it's pointing in the complete opposite direction, and I would be more inclined to do that. That if you're not going to follow your heart, it may be painful for you. That's what I think. That's what I'm gathering from that. The overall energy. See what your karmic message is on this side. And this is on your relationship side, sort of. So it's exposing all the things that you didn't understand or didn't know. And I think this is where you kind of get there and you kind of go, this is me. And it's going to, because you declare yourself, all of a sudden it's going to bring a lot of things to the surface that everything else is going to have to declare around you in regards to love. And as things do declare around you, it's going to bring things that were hidden at some point in the past to the surface, where you're going to understand a lot more things about life. And it is a case of this month here, as the human world goes into some form of logic, where there is certain sways of society, and I looked at this within the collective reading as well, in certain places in human society where they're just going to become incredibly illogical. I think this is going to bring that illogical stuff up to the surface, which was unseen before, and all of a sudden you're going to realize about life, and that's going to be those instances, kind of realizing it. Okay, yeah, well, I'm moving on. Realizing, oh yeah, moving on. Next stage, oh, I can do that. Next stage, oh yeah, and it's a real stepping up, a progressional process for you. And by having that progressional process, first of all, you've got to really expose the unseen. On the financial sort of side, you get the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is at the end of the journey, and it's an accumulation of things. I think this is like almost potential profit in your life. And I think this is where we were talking about the solar plexus and how it's sort of flicking away and dancing with things and opening doors and trying things out. I think here is you're unladening a lot of. You've got to learn to unladen the what you've been carrying in work, and it might be a case of carrying in the sense that I've got to pay, I've got to do this, I've got to earn this amount, and towing yourself to a line that was just like being too heavy for you. Now it could be a case of saying, okay, I'm going to take this promotion because I'm going to move over there, or I'm going to change my job, I'm going to move over there, I've got more time to myself. I might have less money, but I've got more time to myself to be a lot freer in my life. That could be one option of it. It could also be getting a promotion, getting more money, therefore freeing yourself up. But whatever it is, it's letting go of the weight of the past, and allowing that weight to build that strength of that root of you, of where you're going, in order for you to really be the highest example of yourself. Let's just see what's going on the first week in your relationship side. That has come up quite a lot for a lot of people, seeing things for what they are. And I think this is that first sort of step. As I said, I think you've got one every week, which is unique. I haven't seen any other sign with that this week. And this is looking at the situation, the whole situation. So be willing to look at things that are hidden. It may well cause you a bit of pain, but I think it's a case of no pain, no gain. I don't want to be flippant about it, but also at the same time, I really don't think it's a painful thing. I think it's a case of letting go of painful emotions of past sort of situations that really, once you look at it in a different light, you're going to realize a lot of things that actually you can just quite happily just go past and not having to worry or trouble you in the future. Temperance on the financial side. Consistency. I think this is where we're talking about being patient, of homing in on what you want, homing in on that Ace of Cups. And patience is also an understanding of when to put your foot on the brake, but also when to put your foot on the accelerator, and when not to accelerate, therefore using the brake without having to use the brake, if you know what I mean. It's being patient, but knowing when to act. In this first week here, with the realization on this sort of side as well, of seeing things in a different light, in a new light, you're gonna have to sort of, as I was saying, stopping and starting, as it were. But it's gonna be building up to that consciousness that is in your crown chakra, from your root chakra. And I think this comes back to that learning process here of making or profiting from the accumulation of what you've done over the past, I don't know, 10 years, 20 years, and stuff like that. It's change of Pluto, basically, bringing things to the surface. Let's just see what's going on here in the second week here. This is really nice. I think once you start looking at things honestly around you, all of a sudden you're going to realize the people that do really good, that you have a really good relationship with, that it works well, that you appreciate the effort or the honesty or the work that the person that you're connecting with, and I think it's more than one actually, and how they respect you as well, and it makes your good self shine even brighter as you go forward. Here we go. So this is a completely different kettle of fish to this one, and this is what I mean by this. Each week there's something completely different. The Three of Pentacles is completely different to the Two of Swords. The Page of Wands is completely different to Temperance. This is knowing when to put your foot on the accelerator and enjoy yourself in the second week. So around about the 14th, I think, of March, really put it out there, get really social, and that's where the Ace of Cups will start taking over, and you will start getting that direction of that heart chakra as it goes forward. Let's just see what's going on. Yeah, it's coming in quickly now, and this is it. As it's appointed, it starts off quite a long way away, the heart chakra, like that, but as we get towards the end, it's just getting quicker and quicker, and it's realizing that good position you have with those people around you in week 2. By week 3, you're going to be going on in leaps and bounds. You're really going to be progressing very quickly, and letting go of any emotional stress and strain of the past. Healing process coming in for you. Three of Wands. You've got nothing but wands on this side. So fire. So it's the fire that's coming up through you, which is at your base here. It's warming the waters of your emotional sort of side, which comes very productive. And here is about the coming and goings of life. It's almost as you remember I was talking about those flames that you can put your hands through. Right, you're not allowed to. But that's what's like there. It's an inviting flame. It's not an aggressive flame. It's a warming flame, and I think this is where your solar plexus, your passion for life, is going to come to the surface within your work area, where you're going to see things coming and going, and actually be able to seize on the moment of the opportunities as they come in, and it's going to really fill your heart's desires. It's going to be really good. It's going to set up the end of the month and going into April, where you can almost sort of kind of going and relax, and that'll bring you through April as we go into the Taurus season, where you can really start sort of seeing the end of the year and start really projecting forward to the coming year after that. But there is a lot of preparation that's going on in this month here for your future. Seven of Swords, that's weird. A lot of people have been getting that. So all of a sudden, things are coming in really quick in this third week. And by the fourth week, you've got another process, another learning curve, and playing smart with this speed. Using this speed to your ability to help you within your relationships, to find that better moment, that Ace of Cups, within the speed of things, of connecting with someone sociably or connecting with another person, and realizing that you're not going to go back to what you had before. You're not going to go back to those emotions there. You want to go towards those emotions there. And playing smart, I think, is almost with yourself, and it's stopping you from missing good opportunities in your life by getting involved in complex decision making and emotional states that will hold you back or make you run off into a dead end in life. So it's playing smart at the end of the month, and the realization of sorting everything for that really calming and most beautiful April. This is it. There's so much going on in this month for you of learning curve, that the end of the month is going to be almost like graduation day. That sort of moment of, ah, here I am, sort of thing. What's the overall thing coming out in April for you? The High Priestess. The ultimate vision, really. And the best thing about the High Priestess is the High Priestess has done a lot of internal work. It's a little bit like the Hierophant, but the Hierophant does it on an external. The High Priestess does it on the inside, and therefore it becomes almost like mind over matter in a scenario. And it seems that way for you with that Seven of Swords and that changing of fortune within your financial sort of side. It is a change from that to now to that, the freedom of being and of who you are. And it's going to go very quickly as you go forward through the month, and it's going to speed up a bit. As you're slowing down, it's going to speed up. So it's almost as if like you're coming and you can jump even further off across the canyon, as it were. And it's that moment, it's coming to that last section of jumping off and and enjoying that sort of fall moment. The card, the Fool, and starting on a new journey. Oh, Gemini, really good reading for you. There's so much going on, and if anybody can do this, I know you can, Gemini. You're really good at this processing of getting things into order, putting them into place, and putting them into action. I think you do understand here, this is what I'm saying, and that you can now understand the action of it all. It's going to be absolutely mind-blowing, I think, by the end of it. I think April's going to be the month where you're just going to be, as I say, I think you're going to be in a really beautiful position to enjoy life and soak up all the benefits of life. Beautiful reading. Thank you very much for being here with us, Gemini. Really do appreciate it. Love seeing you again. If you've got this far, you must be subscribed and click that bell. You couldn't have got this far without subscribing and clicking that bell. I won't believe that. So, make sure you do. Make sure you share this across all platforms if it really resonates with you. And also liking and sharing, liking and commenting would be really nice as well. We've done that collective reading, which will be linked at the end of this reading. It should be around about my head now. There's also the master classes and energies, which is around about my head now. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun. So please do enjoy.